Welcome to Reread. We are on book 6 of the Legacy of the Force series. This is Inferno, written by Troy Denning. Going into this, Jaina is basically going to be tempting Tahiri now because he needs a new apprentice. I know what's going to happen. I think it's a couple of books in. We won't see what happens with that, but I know where that's going. And the way he's tempting her to get her on his side is he's flow walking in the past. Now, you can't see things, you can't change time or anything like that, which I was so upset when I heard about flow walking. And I wasn't a big fan of flow walking. Traveling back in time has never been something I thought the expanded universe would be doing, or Star Wars in general. And Tahiri even says, can I change the past? And Jason knows there is no way you can change the past. You can only witness it or whatnot. And so he tells her, no, but we got to be careful. So he's trying to give her false hope that she can maybe change the past. But she just wants to see Anakin again. And this is how he'll eventually tempt Tahiri to doing his bidding. The caliber crystals are mentioned in this, like it's in I can't remember, a drawer or something with a bunch of other stuff, as Ben's looking through Jason's stuff. And I was like, oh wow, caliber crystals. That was from Splinter of the Mind's Eye, and it's mentioned here and there. I didn't think it was mentioned this late, especially in the Del Rey phase. Or maybe I just forgot it was. Han and Leia meet up with Waru. They're on the planet Kashyyyk. Still, no mention of, hey Waru, remember when you and Lobaka said you were taking over Chewie's life debt from me? I mean, honestly, I think they just forgot. I think they forgot about James Luceno's it's just one sentence, basically, and the unifying force, and they just moved on. And I guess no one online thought about it either. I remember thinking that I had probably missed a short story, and maybe it's in, I don't know. I doubt Wizards of the Coast would write a retcon for that, but maybe they did, and I just don't recall it. But it does kind of perturb me that no one has ever mentioned why aren't they following through the life debt. You also see Jun and Tarfung, the Ewok, in this, and there's a lot of great comedy because Troy Denning and Aaron Alston are very funny people. Either way, Luke does this great thing where he projects his image in front of Jason. Jason thinks Luke is there, and he's not. Basically, and Luke is all sorts of powerful on this. There's so many great scenes with this, but that he thinks it's Luke, and then Luke's not there. How did Luke know that trick? Maybe Luke's always known that trick. Maybe it didn't take him long to master it. And he's going to find out that Luke is just super powerful. And I love that. I love that. Most people may hate that, but I really think that's a really cool thing that even though Darth Caedus now, his name is Caedus, even though he thinks he's very good and strong and knowledgeable in the Force, Luke is already able to outwit him with like little effort. Now, Calamos is going to get killed. Ben accuses Jason of killing his mother. He knows it, he just can't prove it. Jason tries to twist his thoughts and say, oh, well, Calamos planned on killing your mother. And Ben somewhat believes it because it's just falsified documents from Jason that's making Ben believe this. So he goes to kill Calamos. When he gets there, he realizes, because Calamos goes, oh, so you're here to kill me. He knew Jason would come. He thought Jason would come. He's like, oh, he got you to do it? Oh, okay, well, I'm going to die. And it's all set up. I understand, but I could have done things better. And it's sad because Calamos, if you think about this, he was a good friend of the Jedi. Remember, the Jedi got him elected during the New Jedi Order. He used to be a good guy, but power corrupted him over time. And even he knows he's made some bad decisions. Well, Ben knows this is not the person who murdered my mom, so he's trying to save Calamos and get him out of here. But Calamos knows if Ben's trying to get close and back in good with Jason so he can kill him, Calamos is all for that. So during the escape, Cal falls on his blade, Ben's blade. It's like, hey, it's okay. It's okay. I want to die. This is a great plan. You've got to kill Jason. We can't have, a psychopath running the Galactic Alliance. So he kind of sacrifices himself as a hero. And it is kind of a sad ending to a character that we initially liked in the New Jedi Order. Anyway, another thing about Luke demonstrating how powerful he is. I remember this scene distinctly, that he pushes Jason down, sits him in a chair, and he doesn't even move his hand or anything. It's like zero effort. But then Jason also cannot stand up. And Luke's talking, and he's holding him with zero effort. And then, of course, I forgot about this part, but he crushes the chair, when Jason somewhat threatens the children because he has a gag squad on the Jedi Temple place. Basically, he's holding the younglings at gunpoint. If the Jedi, don't obey his rule, then he's going to open fire on the kids. And he kind of makes that veiled threat to Luke, and that's when Luke just slowly crushes the chair. And then eventually, Jason's just sitting there on the floor. It doesn't look dignified at all, and Jason's pissed. But he knows he can't do anything because Luke is just holding him down with zero effort. And I love that because, again, he thinks he's so powerful. But honestly, dude, Luke is the most powerful Jedi out there. And there's going to be more shows of his power, but that one was just so good. And to release him, Luke just kind of does this or whatever as he's walking away. And Jason's just so mad. It's such a great scene. A lot of good scenes in here. Alima escapes. We've seen her on and off throughout this storyline. She's in Ship. She's always wanted Ship. Now that Lamaya isn't around anymore, she has Ship. Ship doesn't really, Ship kind of knows she's kind of crazy. But he ships her off, pun intended, to the Sith, the hidden Sith, the one Sith that we find about. Because at this point they knew that the Legacy comic books were coming. And I remember Del Rey saying, hey guys, we talked to him. We're going to make this was their effort to make this connection with the comic book series that was coming out right now. Or at the same time the books were. And so the one Sith kind of talked about how, Lamaya was with us, but she wanted this. She had this crazy idea of making Jason Solo a Sith just to kind of, keep the heat off us. And in fact, no one's looking for them, but maybe if they see Jason, that'll just be a distraction. But we didn't agree with their plan, so Jason went off to do her own thing. Well, now they know they have to kill Alima because she knows about the Sith being there. Well, Alima knows that, so she comes up with a lie saying that she killed Mara Jade. And in her twisted mind, it is the truth. She's good at twisting the truth to where she believes it. So the Sith are saying, I don't feel that she's lying to us. Oh, so she killed Mara Jade. Luke Skywalker's looking for her, and if Luke traces her back to here, we're dead meat. No, we don't want that. So they go ahead and let her live and give her a holocron of Darth Victitious, which I don't even know if Jason gets that. I can't remember what happened to the holocron now. I remember she had it. She thought it was stupid. She threw it inside the ship, and then Ship opened up one of his walls and captured it in one of his pockets. But I don't know if that ever made it to Jason. It could have, and I just don't remember. But anyway, Alima's just trying to get the Sith to help Jason because she thinks Jason needs to, she's trying to support, she's just crazy. She's trying to support the balance and everything. And again, another far cry from Alima was introduced, I believe it was in Star by Star when she and her sister had the first encounter with the Voxen. It was horrifying, and she was still a good Jedi. And now to see that she's like all twisted up, she's got a big twisted grin, permanent grin here. Both of her Laku are just burned off, and she's kind of walks with a little slump and everything. Like she was so beautiful and everything. She was so vain in her beauty, and now she's like the ugliest creature ever. And it's just a wonderful image. It's sad, a lot of tragedies here, I should say. There's another great scene in here where Han mentions that Jason is dead now. Jason's dead to him. He said I should have thrown him. It was kind of awful. I should have thrown him off the balcony when he was born or something. And Leia's like, Han, don't talk like that. And then she tries to feel for Jason and realizes, oh, he isn't there. He's someone else. And of course, now he's Darth Caedus now. Jason doesn't even like the name Jason at this point. And that's when Leia reacts, just like she reacted to Anakin, where she doubles over, she's crying. Han thinks it's Jaina who's died. And she went, no, Jason's really dead. I can't feel him. Like, he's really gone. Like, this is it. He's not our boy anymore. And Han is kind of mad at himself because he thought Leia already knew that. It's another great scene where she's being comforted after the loss of yet another child. And even though it bears some symbolism, with the way she reacted to Anakin's, how everything was handled is a little bit different. So the grieving is done differently here, and I think it was done correctly too. Of course, Troy Denning was the one who wrote the grieving for Anakin, so I guess these should be very poetic, and in sync. Like I said, they're used, not that they're used to having a son dying, but they've had one die before, and this one they just watched them lose a son gradually. It didn't happen instantaneously, so I really like that. Tenel Ka also in this one realizes Jason is evil, is going to pull the Hapes fleet from him. Jason feels ultimately betrayed by Tenel Ka. He thinks Tenel is going to be, his one and only, person who's going to be by his side, his everlasting support. And then he really just doesn't believe that she's betraying him. Like he says, check this channel. Are you sure this is coming from Tenno-Ka? He doesn't believe it. When she's saying all this, Jason, you did awful things. You're not who you were and whatnot. And he's like, you're not Tenno-Ka. It's a great scene too. And then of course he's just miserable because now he has no one. It's really good. It's really good. I forgot about Cam and Tayomi getting like brutalized. Like they're shooting Tayomi's limbs off. Because Cam and Tayon Sosalier are guarding the kids, and the gag troops come in, and they're trying to get the rest of them to come out of the forest. Now, you think Cam is dead. They do a lot of fake deaths in this one, because Jaina comes across his body with 3 sniper holes in it, and his clothes are burning. And I thought he was dead. I was like, wow, I don't remember him dying. And then later on, I was like, yeah, Cam and Tony are still recovering from their injuries. Really? Because you said that she had all of her limbs severed off, like she raises a stump, points in a direction, and they shoot off another, like maybe she just had, maybe some of her forearm. She raises her forearm, and they shoot off another bit of her arm. I mean, it is pretty violent. And I was like, where was this when I first read it? I did not recall this at all. It is just brutal. Brutal. And Troy Denning, man, he loves to torture them characters, man. And I mean, it was a grotesque image, but one that you think I'd never forget something like that, but I did. I mean, I knew the gag troopers would attack. I knew the Jedi would try to defend it, but I totally forgot. Maybe it was just so gruesome I tried to wipe it out of my head. Now I'm going to see it every night. Thanks, Troy Denning. Now, talking about fake deaths, there's so many fake outs here. Luke fakes his death. Everyone thinks he's dead. You think he's dead for a couple chapters, but he's not. I love it, actually, because Ben knows he's alive. He's hiding himself from the Force, but reveals himself to Ben that he's on Jason's ship as Ben is getting tortured by the embrace of pain, which I love. I love that Jason still has one, and Jason uses it too, just because the Vong really messed him up, which really makes sense. But, Ben goes, yeah, Luke's on, Dad's on the ship, and he's coming for you. And he goes, really? He goes, yeah, and he's right behind you. And Jason does a bit, that's kind of how the chapter ends, but the next chapter is Luke looking, and he can't believe what he sees, Ben getting tortured by Jason. But then Jason's mocking him like, oh, he's right behind me? Mock horror. Oh, he said, please, that's the oldest trick in the book. And then Luke attacks him, and Jason just goes nuts, because he did not think Luke was there. And man, Luke puts a beating on him. I thought it was a permanent scar, but I guess it's not. I don't remember it being a permanent scar, but I think he hits his lightsaber on Jason's head and causes like some serious brain damage toward the end of the book. But Jason gets messed up, and he's just running for his life. He's never seen Luke like this. Luke is super powerful, and he realizes that next time he's got to prepare better. Because Luke just wiped the floor with him. Again, I love that Luke's very powerful. But then, because everyone was sad that Luke died. Leia thought he died. Everyone was saying for 2 chapters we've been hearing he's dead until Ben reveals that he's alive. But then when Luke appears to everyone else, they go, okay, Luke, what's the next plan? It's not like, oh, we thought you were dead. No, they just kind of skip that part. Or maybe I just don't remember. Either way, though, they try to make you think Luke died. Now, I remember reading this and went, he's not dead. And they said the whole he's dead thing for like 2 chapters. Went, he's not dead. He's not. Even when Jag will eventually kill Alima. So that's his one quest. His quest is finally completed when he finally kills Alima. And which is another good scene because even though he can't read thoughts, she kind of looks at him and says, please remember who I was, not who I am today. And he kind of goes, yeah, I will. And kills her. So it's really nice too. But at the same time, I can't remember, like the asteroid they're on or something explodes, and Jenna goes, Alima's dead, and so is Jag. And we're like, oh no, Jag's dead. No, he's not. No, he's not. He comes back. There's so many fake gotcha. You think they're dead. Oh, Luke's dead. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's Cam and Tony dead. No, everyone. And I really don't like that. I really don't like that. The whole faking, oh, we're not going to go super dark, but we're going to tease you so many times that you won't know what to do. Now, eventually, yes, they're going to kill off another favorite character. I think 2 books down the road, I think he dies. But, Mara Jade was really the biggest death in this series. There's one honorable mention that's next to it. But, well, besides Jason. Spoilers. But overall, it is pretty good. I just wish that there wouldn't be so many fake outs. Like, oh no, so-and-so's dead. So-and-so's dead. Oh no, this person, and they're not dead. And that, I didn't notice that the first time reading it, but now reading it through, I'm like, okay, come on guys. Come on, either kill them off or just don't even tease us anymore. But overall, I did enjoy it. I'm still loving this series, and I can't wait to review the next book next time.